Spokesperson of the MK party, Nhlamulo Ndlela, shares some bit of information, right? Stating that there has been actually conversations that were had, although he doesn't really go directly into it, all right, regarding the move of Floyd Shivambu. So he states that it's not something that obviously just happened overnight. There has been conversations prior to the elections. He says that currently Shivambu does not have a leadership role or any role in the MK party, and that is yet to be established. So there is a clip from Face the Nation where he actually gives more info. There were also insinuations that Floyd Shivambu had met with former President Jacob Zuma. So he debunks, or rather not debunks, but kind of says, well, I think that is something that you will need to actually ask him, you know. So he shares a bit of information, but I mean, if you're actually digging into it, you shall see. All right, let's talk about it. Hello, welcome to Entertainment's Galore, and this is your girl Messi. Please do like this video and subscribe to the channel. All right, so here is a clip from Face the Nation when they interviewed Nhlamulo Ndlela regarding the move of Shivambu into the MK party.
Good evening to yourself and good evening to your viewers. I think let me just start with your opening comments. You know, that creates an impression that, you know, the incoming of Floyd Shivambu is going to now change the narrative of our people that voted for us, and that we will now move from being seen as anti-constitutionalists, which is not the case. We've always said that we're going to change the law within the law, and stuck to the fact that this constitution does not meet the rights and no more so the agenda of emancipating our people organically. So I just wanted to clarify that as your opening. That's why we had such a resounding response at the time, being a 4-month-old party. So having cleared that, as you know, we have an interim structure as MK party, and we're all volunteers. Nothing will be any different with anyone that is being onboarded. In this case of very highly recognized, with a lot of experience, intelligent politicians such as Floyd, including Zona Lemani, and are obviously going to bolster us. There's no doubt about that. We've continued to say that we will work with the EFF inside and outside of Parliament, and then we'll form a progressive caucus, which is now also governed by a charter in terms of the program. So naturally, as is the case with the President Zuma, he himself was a member of the ANC, wanted to, in this case, form Conto Wesizwe, because for him, his reasons was that the ANC of Ramaphosa did not meet, its obligations to the people, and formed MK party. That is the case. The Bill of Rights allow you, as a person, a citizen, to vote and campaign and associate with every political party, which is no different in this case to these comrades who are already a part of the political the progressive caucus in the political sphere.
Just for clarity, Nhlamulo, you say that you're all volunteers right now. It's essentially an interim structure. But just for clarity, will Floyd Shivambu be occupying any specific position? Because he stated today that there was no position spoken of or any commitments made. He's merely coming in to help shape the direction of the political party. But perhaps that could have been out of respect for the platform he was on today, because he was at the Winnie Madikizela house. Is this in fact the case, that no position has been spoken of for now?
Indeed, it's correct. No position has been spoken of now. As you would know, with all members of MK, we leverage, first we identify where your strengths are, and where we can actually leverage them to bolster and strengthen the party within the party structure. So that discussion is going to be had with him, including Mani, and the determination will then be concluded as to what role they play. And that's that.
All right. Is there a possibility that perhaps they could be among the 18 MPs that could soon be joining Parliament? Or is there a possibility to perhaps use his skills within the party's headquarters, perhaps as stated, to draft policy and stabilize or strengthen branches?
Well, the possibilities are endless, isn't it? Conto Wesizwe is definitely today, especially us being the official opposition in Parliament. We were in effect the holy grail for any politician at this point in time who would want to participate, whether it be from a policy perspective, at a party level, or even in parliament. So until, we sit down and make a determination which areas we believe strategically they can play a role, that will be the case. Until then, it will be speculation. Yeah.
How did this move come about? Was the MK party courting these members, or they approached you? How did this come about?
Well, we've always said before the elections and even before let's say, in the early stages of the formation of controversies, we've been engaging with multiple parties whom we believed had progressive policies, to form a united front with us. That was before the elections, during the elections, even after the elections. So we've always been having these conversations with other parties, your ACTs, your EFFs, your ATMs, all these parties are political parties that we've been engaging with. So one cannot now want to create an impression as if it happened only after the elections. No, there's always been ongoing conversations. Now, as to when the comrades made their decision to join MK Party, now that's a different story.
And what is that story? Did Floyd Shivambu meet with the former president, the leader of the MK Party?
Well, it's not an issue of Floyd Shivambu having met the president. Like I said, any political, any citizen, whether you form part of a political party or not, you make your decision at the right time. When you feel it's the right time, you make that decision. Do you have to lobby? Not necessarily. And that's that. We have been engaging, like I said. President Zuma knows Floyd, President Zuma knows Mani, President Zuma knows Malema. And they're no doubt Progressive Party colleagues and comrades. So there's nothing untoward in meeting and having discussions.
Theories abound, though, because when you look at Mzwanele Manye and his proximity to the former president, he enjoys a very good relationship with the former president. Could he have been the one that, when deciding to join the MK Party, have been the one that facilitated the move for the EFF's deputy president?
Well, as I said, the deputy president of the EFF, in this case Floyd, knows the president. Why would he have to go through Manye, for instance? No. Why would anyone have to go through anyone and they know and have got a relationship with President Zuma? No. As to whether they met, that's a discussion that you need to have with Floyd. Maybe he can share that with you. But from where we're sitting, we're not aware of any of that. Besides the fact that we've always been engaging with the leadership, as is the case. Remember, we have caucuses in Parliament. We've been having caucuses. We've been having discussions with them. They do, when they have to, meet the president. And whenever they've needed to meet the president, they do meet the president. There's nothing untoward or sinister.
Then in closing, Shamulo, you started off by addressing or clarifying my comment. There is a number of political analysts, I'm sure you've seen the analysis throughout the day. There is a number of theories, among them being that possibly this indeed is a precursor to a bigger political move where there could be some sort of amalgamation. Just take us through that, your response to those type of comments or theories that some are saying there is something bigger than just what we saw today. It's highly unlikely that you would see a deputy president being part of a press conference and then it's almost like a farewell party, but everything was so amicable that they are of the view that something else could possibly be happening here. Your response as a political party?
Well, I guess here's the response, that there is something bigger. The reality is there was an opportunity that the leader of the ANC had to form part of what we call a three-spear formation, MK, EFF, and the ANC. We'd be having a completely different discussion now. But instead, he decided to take the black vote and he gave it to a racist party led by Helen Zille. And that was merely to save his own skin. And that's just the reality. So sadly, that's how it turned out. If there was anything that could have happened and should have happened, without his Faustian pact and him taking the ANC, the organic ANC, and making it his to save his own skin, wouldn't be in this situation. The black parties which represent South Africans, and it's not just because they see us as just black parties. These are parties that are led by black politicians. These parties would have had two-thirds majority to, effect the changes that are needed. And that's that.